Hey everyone, Jim Phoenix here. I hope you're doing well. We're doing fantastical. Today on Streamin Demons, we have my co-host Voodoo Priestess. Say hello.
Hello.
And then Nicole, whose name on her website is Nicole, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. That's great. And remember, Streamin Demons, not to confuse with the other type of demons, is something borrowed, something new, something rentable, something new, old, something old. There you go. I know my own show, don't worry. And we give you three movies. We break it down, something brand new, something rentable, something old. I like that one better. And we'll tell you what to watch, or as the case may be, sometimes just what to avoid that's new to streaming. All right. So, who has the old? Let's start old first. Oh, was that me? No, it's not me. Who has the old?
Did we decide mine was the old? Because it's from like last year.
Okay, so is yours brand new Voodoo Priestess?
Mine's from 2016. I rented it.
Jesus.
So,
So
yours,
we're-
yours was probably the old.
Mine is old.
So when we're saying rentals, we kind of meant like brand new to streaming. That's why I was like, she's going to a Blockbuster. What the fuck? There's Blockbuster.
Well, it's not Blockbuster. It's called Big Ten Videos.
Oh, there's still a video store. Oh god.
Yes. It's because it's half video store, half cell phone accessory store. That's probably the only reason it's still around.
The other half is just porno. Really. Yeah. Shit. Okay, so you're the
Porn, actually.
Screw it. We're gonna make that a rental. Nicole, you said 2019?
2020. I thought it was
2020? Oh, shit.
2019.
2020?
Yeah. Like early 2020.
New enough. Today's episode, we mess our rules up. It's all good. Nothing's written in stone except for that tablet. So, because you're the guest, you get to go first and present we're going to call it new. I'll be the rental.
Okay.
And then Evie will be the old. Or sorry, Voodoo Priestess, my bad, is the old.
Okay. So I watched Pooka Lives from Hulu. It's part of their Into the Dark series.
Cool.
It was wonderful. Anyone who read my review of the first Pooka movie, the one for Christmas, knows that one was very introspective and dark and symbolic, and it digs itself into your brain and sets its claws in, and you're thinking about it weeks later. Pooka Lives was not that. Pooka Lives was fucking hilarious. It had a lot of comedian actors like Malcolm Barrett, Felicia Day, Will Wheaton was in it.
Will Wheaton, wait.
Yeah, Will Wheaton is in
Wesley
it.
Crusher's in it?
Yeah.
My God. So they want to be comedy on purpose. They're not just like comedy because it just happened to be funny, but they were actually shooting for comedy.
Yeah, this isn't like an accidental funny.
Okay.
The premise is Malcolm Barrett is a writer who wrote a book about online personalities. And one of the online personalities, named Jax, took offense and decided to send all of his hordes of obnoxious fanboys out to ruin this guy's life.
So it's based on a true story. Cool.
It kind of fucking could be, right?
Right? God. 2021.
So he goes back to his hometown and starts writing ad copy for the company that makes the Pooka doll. And one night, amid a bunch of drinking and a bunch of weed, he and his friends decide to write an urban legend about Pooka. That if you do the Pooka challenge, which includes eating ash, putting on a Pooka mask, and doing a very specific Pooka dance, Pooka will come haunt you.
You said ash, right? Eating ash?
Ash, yes. Okay. ASH.
Okay. Just making sure. I'm like, this Pooka challenge got a little bit more hardcore than usual.
Ew, no.
Still better than Tide Pods, by the way. Allegedly.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So as they do that, they discover that, of course, things on the internet have a life of their own. This was super fun to watch. It was super exciting. It was gory. It was bloody. Everyone who you want to die dies. So
Everyone
everyone who you want to die dies.
in the movie or just in like real life too?
Sadly, no, just in the
Oh,
movie.
damn.
But
Okay.
everyone who
Really?
deserves to die dies.
I'm like, Hulu's powerful and all, but I don't know if they had that much money. It's like, please, Hulu,
Not yet.
do us a solid. Cool. No, that sounds very interesting. And okay, so Hulu is new-ish to me because when I first did Hulu, it was like when they still did like commercials, even if you paid for it or not. What's this like after Hulu After Dark, Hulu Voodoo Dark thingy? What's the
Into the
series?
Dark. That's
Into
what
the
the series
Dark.
is
Thank
called.
you. What
Yeah.
is that?
Um, Actually, do you want to take that, Voodoo? Because I know you were reviewing way more of them than I've seen.
Yeah, I was, and honestly, they're basically movie length. It's marketed as a TV series, but they're
Okay.
all movie length episodes. And they're
Oh.
all of varying quality, and usually more than not, they're a bit mediocre. Like, I don't want to be rude about it, but sometimes they'll try to be funny and it doesn't work. Well, at least the ones that I watched did not work. Or sometimes they'll take it serious, but the story itself is kind of weird.
Hmm. No, that's
Um,
interesting. Go for it,
yeah.
Nicole.
Well, that's good to know because the only two I've seen are the two Pooka movies, and I thought, wow, these are really good. I need to go watch all the rest of Into the Dark.
Yeah,
But
the Pooka ones, because at least I saw the first one of the Pooka. That one was a good one. Like, I was actually surprised when I was watching it that I didn't fall asleep during that one.
All right, what the hell is a puka, by the way? I mean, I was listening to what Nicole was saying, but is that an actual thing in pop culture? There is a thing called a puka?
No, it's
Okay.
basically a Furby knockoff.
see, I thought it reminded me of Teddy Ruxbury.
Ruxpin.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're thinking of the Roxbury and Teddy, although that's a different movie.
Wait, am I saying the name wrong?
Yeah, it's Teddy Ruxpin.
Oh,
Ruxpin.
Teddy Ruxpin. My
Yeah.
apologies.
No, it's fine. My generation was put the tape in and it tells, hi, I'm
That's
Teddy Ruxpin.
also my generation, so I
Oh.
had one.
Did you put a tape in? Okay. And now this is how our podcast gets 12 hours long. But okay, so you had to put tapes in those in his chest, right? And he plays it, and
Yeah.
then he comes. Did it matter what tape it was? Like if you put like AC/DC in it, like
It would, yes. And I know this because I played with it for all of 5 minutes before I was terrified of the damn thing and threw it across the room. But before I did that, I did try a Kansas tape. And it
Oh, yeah.
did play Kansas, and the mouth moved with it. And I'm like, no, we're done. 1000%. This is going out of the house. And
Oh,
through my childhood, I think my mother must have spent $2,000 on toys that I was then too afraid of to have in the house.
and $20,000 later on in therapy.
Yeah.
I think that's the ratio. That's a good ratio.
Yeah.
My God,
I pay
thank
for
you.
that. So
Oh, thank you for that. I mean, yeah, no, I was wondering what the hell a puka was. Now, out of two other questions, one, is this enough to get Hulu? If I don't have Hulu, should I get Hulu just based on Into the Dark Nightly with special guest Pooka?
I don't think you should get any streaming service for just one thing unless you're only going to have it for a month and then cancel it.
Mhm.
I would say Hulu is worth it overall
Okay.
because they also did Monsterland. But I mean, yeah, if you have Hulu or if you're thinking about getting Hulu, this is a plus towards it.
Very cool. Now, out of 5 Cthulhu's, because that's our rating system, that's what I'm told at least, how many Cthulhu's do you give this episode of the Pooka Mania Madness with Will Wheaton?
So I'm going to give it a 4
4.
because
Wow.
yeah, because it was very good. It had a lot of actors I really love. I love Malcolm Barrett. Everything he touches is gold. Um, and obviously Felicia Day, nerd queen forever.
Mhm.
But it wasn't deep. It didn't make me think about things. It didn't make me see things in a different light. Um, but it was just a really fun horror movie that I can see myself watching again.
That's pretty high praise. That's very, very cool. Thanks. And something for me to look at if I ever get Hulu in Canada. I don't know if we do that anymore. Cool. So, teacup saucer out. Voodoo Priestess, talk about your extremely old rental that you had. Is it a VHS or Betamax? I'm just wondering. Your rental.
It's DVD.
DVD.
Like everyone
Wow.
does DVDs now, you weirdo.
I had that Blu-ray thing. I'm sorry.
I don't know what that is. Is it new?
Oh, gosh. And Voodoo's not kidding. That's my own gosh face. No, it's all fine. So what did you rent for? How much is a rental anyways by you?
Okay, so the rental shop is actually kind of weird. It's like like it's not quite a membership, but you pay in like
So it's a
what was it
membership.
like $30 will get you 10 rentals
So it's
or
not a
15
membership,
or something like that.
but you have to pay a membership fee to rent. Oh, it's a coupon club. Oh, so they give you like a coupon book. You buy the book and like, here you go, and they dole it out.
Like you can't just rent one thing. You have to like pay to rent a bunch of different things, and then they make you have an account to save it.
Mm.
So it's not like you're paying for a membership so much as
You're paying up front to rent future movies.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, which to be fair, y'all can't find rental stores anymore, so it's fine.
I wonder why. I can't imagine why not. So there's just curiosity. There's no like red box by you? Just wondering.
Redbox. Oh yeah, I guess there are.
Red boxes in hotels. Okay. Kryptonite. All right, Voodoo. That's just me going back in the past. I'm like, my God, I actually didn't know there's still video rental stores. Nicole, is there a rental store by you?
There is, but it's like half movie rentals, half CBD.
Wow, there you go.
Which seems like really effective marketing.
Yeah. It was like that 7-Eleven Subway pot shop in Vegas, I knew. I was like, it was the same place. Open end. I was like, my God. Okay, cool. Okay, so Voodoo Priestess, what did you rent from 1922?
It's called The Unbidden. It's from 2016 because I think they kind of have like recent selections and then they sort of cycle through a couple different ones because they usually have a lot of horror movies, and just saying that the horror movies are usually almost always rented out when I go there, which warms my heart. Anywho,
Cool.
The Unbidden is it's a horror movie, which I don't really think it's all that horrifying, and it's more of a kind of funny, fun way.
Does it start with Bill Murray and
No.
a gopher?
No, it has an all Asian cast.
So it's God,
an American film. It's an American film. It just has like, was it 4 or 5 women who are all friends, and they hang out with their crazy friend, and they're hanging out with their crazy friend because she thinks there's a ghost in the house, and they're like, oh hey, let's do a seance. Even though this movie is about the husband they killed, like that's not a spoiler.
Wait, they killed the husband?
Yeah, and then they're like having a seance because they think their friend is crazy.
Wait. So hold on. In Lost in Translation, they killed. Oh no, that's Bill Murray's. In the Unbidden, right? Not Unbitten.
Yeah, Bidden.
Okay. Bidden. Okay, Unbidden. They start out by killing the husband, and then try to contact a spirit in the place that they just killed the husband.
Yeah.
Oh God, this is Korean. You said?
No, it's an American movie with all Asians
okay.
in it. Like all 4 women are Asians. And
someone didn't want to read subtitles, huh?
And then the Asian long lost son shows up, and it just all goes down. It's like a soap opera, except it's not over the top enough to be like the Telemundo dun, 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 kind of thing. Even though I kind of feel like they should have gone that way.
You'd think it would make it better.
A little bit, yeah. It's a low budget movie, so for what it is, it's pretty good.
Now, without spoilers, you said this wouldn't really be too. You didn't say it was a horror. You said it was a horror movie, but it wasn't too scary.
Yeah, it like
Ice Cream Man.
God damn it. Everyone always hears the freaking ice cream man. And I'm pretty sure he really just lives down the street and only starts patrolling in the random ass times because he's really selling drugs. But that's okay.
Big worm.
That's creepy.
Yeah, yeah. Especially since it's like the coldest day it's been, and the past week when it's been bright and sunny, he hasn't been out at all.
Also, COVID. I'm just
Not
saying.
COVID.
You know.
Yeah.
Probably should be driving with little kids, spreading other families. Just
don't lure kids out into the street. It's fine.
Oh, you Americans. Okay, sorry.
What was your question?
What was the question? I don't remember the question no more. No, the question was, what would make it a horror? And I said Ice Cream Man, so I think that was maybe it.
No, it was more the ghost and the relationship between the friends.
Oh, so it was more of a family drama that just happened to start off by killing the guy.
Yes.
Which I think that's the actual theme to Quantum Leap, right? He kills those people he leaps into, right?
Does he? Well, I thought he saves them, but do they end up dead, like fried mentally?
Well, where do you think their soul goes? I mean, their soul goes somewhere. They have to go to hell, right? There's not like a holding area.
We're getting off topic. We're really.
All right, we're trying to make it scary, so it's not scary enough. But out of 5 Cthulhu's, what do you give it?
I think it's like a solid 3.
A 3? Wow. That's high praise from Voodoo Priestess. A 3 out of 5 Cthulhu's, and it wasn't scary, but it was horror. Just wasn't as scary as it could be, which means not all horror has to be all the time.
That's like a Twitter thing that's been going on where people are commenting that they don't like a horror movie unless it's scary. It's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I think horror has different aspects of it. Nicole, do you have any horror opinions?
I mean, I have a hard time considering anything horror unless it has, scary elements, but then that's very subjective. For instance, I know some people enjoyed Crimson Peak, and I don't understand that.
I like Crimson Peak. I'm not sure if I exactly consider it a horror so much as gothic. Or
I considered it boring as shit.
That's actually my rental movie. It was Crimson Peak, because I forgot which decade I was in, and so I rented something from the 90s. Oh no, that was Voodoo. I'm sorry. Hold on. My bad. No, Crimson. I never watched that yet. Maybe I'll have to do that for next time. Right. But the one I watched is on Amazon Prime. You could rent it in theory. You really could, and it is rentable. But if you have Prime in Canada, it's free in Canada. Other people had to rent it. It's called TheButchers, plural, 2021. When it came out, 2020 film, right? And it is, I'm just reading this directly from IMDb, a family of sadistic butchers has dug into the backcountry, and from the deep frozen of winter to dog days of summer, anyone who crosses their path is dead meat. Okay. I do like the premise of the movie. I always like the, wrong place, wrong time. So city slickers don't belong here. All those type of movies. It takes, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre meets Rob Zombie movies in general, really. And The Butchers does well to set up that audience. Now, I'm not going to spoil things. That's not my styles. But I was going to say, this is a rated R movie. Motherfucker, you have to wait it's an hour and 32 minutes. You have to wait an hour and 30 minutes before they earn that R. I was like, what is this? A rated R movie? You don't, what? Really? This is rated R?
Oh no.
Yeah, it was like a very long PG-13 for an hour and 30 minutes.
Does it make up for it?
No.
No.
It don't. It
Oh
don't.
no.
It could have, maybe, I don't know. Like they could have just sort of kind of exposed it, even if this Act 3 was just rated R as shit. You know, just Act 3 is like blood, guts, and everything is horrible. No, most of it's not even done on camera. It's and I don't know. And this is as a budgeting thing. I was like, are they just saving on special effects? Because when I used to teach screenwriting, it's like, okay, if you can't afford something to shoot, just have people react to it off camera. Or, you know, like, oh my god, look at that. And you don't even have to show the body, right? No, I don't know if that was their issue. They just didn't have a budget, or it looked. I mean, I can't even say it didn't have a budget because the cinematography is great. It's beautifully shot. The locations are perfect. Everything is like in the flow. I love Simon Phillips and Michael Swanton as the Watson brothers, and which is the main baddies in the movie, by the way. I don't know about their accents sometimes. I just don't know, but maybe it's just set in this really weird, bizarro land. I'm not really sure. But the rest just kind of, oh, it's almost there. It's almost there. It's almost there. And then it kind of retreats a bit. It's almost there. It's almost there. And retreats a bit. I think if this was a true R, it would be about, you know, four stars, like easy 4 stars.
And what if they dropped it to a PG-13?
If they were, if they were honest and they just do a PG-13, and they have to do a little bit more heavy lifting on the writing end of it to really, you know, how PG-13s are a little bit more story driven, right? Because they have to be, so you can't rely on killing everyone on screen. So they usually have to be a little more investment. You know what's really missing, Voodoo, is what was abundant in your film. It's the family cohesion, the family drama. We get bits of this, but we don't really care enough about the family or the characters of. And I just don't, like, oh, they died, okay, or they don't, okay. This one didn't, this one did, okay, whatever. It was interchangeable, right? There was no family drama. And as far as I know, we see, oh, Nicole, have you ever seen, not Nightmare on Elm Street, Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
The original or the Rob
Chainsaw.
Zombie version?
Either. This
Both.
can go for either. Okay.
Oh yeah, both.
Did you know a little bit about their family? Even just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you don't get a ton into it, but you get a little detail here and there. So you kind of care when these people are getting slaughtered.
Right. Absolutely. And you kind of know both sides of it. You care enough to invest into the characters on both sides. And this was not that movie. And that's what's kind of missing. And I think even for PG-13 that they need that. If they packed up the body count a lot more, maybe they can get away with it, be very visceral and gutsy and bloody. Without that. So, unfortunately for my rental, I'm giving The Butchers a 2.5 out of 5 Koopadoos. If it's free for you, check it out. It's, you know, if it's free, absolutely put it on, watch it for a bit. It's a good mind-numbing experience. Don't expect a hard R though. Okay. One thing I will mention, there are pictures of women's naked breastises, and in no time do you actually see them in the damn movie. So at some point, the Butchers have in their past tortured women nudity. So that's what they're trying to, like, I'm not trying to, like, let's torture women nudity, but like earn that damn R. If you're going to show that, you're going to hint that, fucking make it real. Ground that R into some stuff that you're trying to show. That's what I'm saying. Even that happens off screen. Yeah.
Do you think they just didn't have the know-how to make the gore effective looking, so they opted not to do it?
Nope. Unfortunately, because the end of the movie, like the last 2 minutes, they really do gore well. They do gore extraordinarily well. And that makes it even worse for the other hour and 30 minutes or 34 minutes of the film. Because you're like, oh my God, they could have done this the entire film. Like, why didn't you do it? But the saving case really, and it is the two people who play the two brothers. Their dynamics, especially Oswald Watson, which is Michael Swanton, especially him, that makes the brothers fleshed out 3D characters instead of just like robotic. We've got something wrong with us. Let's go kill some people. Why not? Simon Phillips does a really good job as well. Like those two brothers are beautiful in this movie. Yeah. So 2.5 out of 5. If it's free, check it out. If you're renting it, wait until Netflix or Prime if you got Prime. That's my advice. Yay! So we had 3 movies. We had one really good movie from Nicole on Hulu. We had one semi-good movie from Voodoo Priestess from a local video rental place. So if you're in Voodoo Priestess's area, feel free to rent it. And then we had one movie from Canada, okay, or like I'd say, Canada. And that is our show. My gosh, that's our show. So anyone who has to plug something, do it now. Nicole, you're the guest. What do you want to plug?
So a new podcast is coming out. I don't know when this is going to be airing soon. Called Off the Bone on HauntedMTL. Super excited about that. It is JM Brannick and myself talking about true crimes and the art it inspired. So check that out.
I'll have to say, because I have to listen and preview every podcast that gets put out. I have loved your Off the Bone. Like they're short, they're bite sized. It's very entertaining and informative. There's stuff I didn't know about the Countess of Blood that I found out. Not to spoil who might appear in one of your episodes, but I'm very excited for the whole series. And we are running HHH Homes tomorrow, which means by the time you hear this podcast, probably 2 weeks later, before. So 2 weeks ago, if you were listening to the brand new podcast, it'd be awesome. Yes. Voodoo Priestess, what do you got?
Recently I published an article on short horror. Basically there's a couple different horror anime out there that are like under 10 minutes long. And very so cool. I did a little list on that because I'm slowly but surely getting through to talk about a bunch of anime horror stuff. So people who like horror and want to kind of start getting into anime, that's a good place to start.
That is awesome sauce. That is I do want to get into anime. I've said this before and I've always put it off because tentacles. I just don't find them sexy, I guess. I don't know. It's weird.
There's plenty of other mediums that
there's non-tentacle. There's
non-Asian tentacle stuff.
Right. Okay. So there's plenty of other mediums that use tentacles. So there's non-tentacle anime though? Because you didn't use that defense. So there is non-tentacle anime.
Yes.
Oh wow.
I'll give you a freebie. I'll give you a freebie. Y'all should check out Yami Shibai because that's probably the most popular horror anime that's out. Shibai. It's in its 8th season now. Like it's been going on for a while.
Seasons.
And I think there was one season that was it Takashi Shimizu directed, the guy who did The Grudge. I'm not 100% sure if that was it.
Sounds kind of cool though.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out. Maybe that'll be my pick for next time.
Well, the series is like 13 to 26 episodes of 4-minute stories.
Oh, so I can actually get into those.
Yeah.
4 minutes is my attention span. That's wonderful. It's perfect for me. Thank you. And then for myself, I'm going to plug the new Bloody Mary podcast that apparently got recorded a couple days ago. Did not get a chance to listen to it, but I can't wait till it comes out. I hear they do an F, Marry, Kill on the Blob. On the Blob. Yeah. So I can't wait for that one to come out. So we got some new podcasts. We got some anime. We got some reading to do. And without further ado, remember, if you watch it before we do, well, that's natural because we're a million people, but there's only 3 of us, so whatever. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.